Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the show. My name is Nguyen, and I am the host and creator of the SnortCast. We've been going live twice a week on the SnortCast. I just love live TV, the SnortCast. We've got international. We've got Williamsburg, we've got Ohio, Baltimore, Toronto, we've got Tonga. What? I think people just heard sex in the second point, so we'll flow from.
I am not ready to talk about it. It is. I just don't. Oh my God.
What the hell happened to your arm?
It's just a fashion accessory.
That was fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining the SnortCast, something that I deeply love doing, which is laughing, and I hope to see you on our show every week, keeping it snorting real. Oh, howdy, 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 and welcome to the SnortCast. Give me a second, I'm just sorting out my admin. Thank you. We are doing a special SnortCast lockdown edition. I've got three funny people who are going to join us very soon. But I do want to ask you, where are you watching the show from? We are broadcasting live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So please pop in the comments where you are watching from. And I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Wurundjeri people, and pay my respects to the elders, past and present, to continue the stories. That's what we do as comedians. We tell stories, and I feel very honoured and grateful to be able to tell stories on this land. So please tell us what country, what land you are watching from, and I'll be introducing our guests very, very soon. Now, what is the SnortCast? So the SnortCast started last year during a pandemic lockdown, and unfortunately 12 months later, we find ourselves in the same position. However, this time I have Keanu Reeves, and instead of one comedian that I'm going to be talking to, I've brought three. One from New South Wales, which is where Sydney is, and also two from Victoria, where I'm based. So let me know what state, what country, what city that you're watching from. And let's get this ball rolling. Let's introduce our funny people on. Please welcome Bev, Charlie, and Lizzy.
Hi.
Hello. Oh,
Thanks for joining.
Welcome.
I'm great.
You're good.
I'm awake. Yeah.
Right.
I've been going to bed so early in lockdown.
Have you?
It's like that.
Yeah.
Really?
I get up early and go to bed early. Yeah. Oh, really? No, I'm.
Yeah. I found a show that I'm addicted to.
Oh, gosh. What is it?
It's an Australian production.
Oh, I just finished it.
Did you? Oh, my God. I love Ray
gosh.
so much. His acting
How good is he?
Amazing. His face and his lips and his...
Oh, it's honestly it's one of the best shows I've ever watched.
Is this on Stan?
Isn't it?
It's on binge. I watched it on
binge.
binge. Yeah.
I think it's
you'll have to lend me a login. I don't have binge.
Yeah, it's very it's great.
Yeah.
Really great. Brooke Satchwell's in it.
To the party, but,
yeah. Nat Tran's in it.
Oh, from
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. She's like his ex-wife, the main character's ex-wife.
Oh, I love her.
Together.
But
Yeah,
it's
she's
just
fantastic.
The casting is impeccable.
Yeah.
I mean, characters sitting around in their dirty old jocks.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious.
It's really good. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, Bev and Lizzy are telling us.
Sorry, guys. We got carried away.
Exactly.
All good. If you can tell us what you've been watching, pop it in the comments. But can I ask, how are you? Lizzy, you are 4 weeks into a lockdown in Sydney. How are you going? How are you keeping sane?
Yeah, this is our 4th week. I think we've got another 2, definitely. And then, look, let's be honest. It's going to be more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Bloody
can't
hell.
like we're just so we're got a bit cocky up here. Like leading into it, we're like, it's gonna be fine. She's got this because she, like Gladys, had such a good record. We're like, oh, she's got it. It's fine. Systems and everything. It's all good. And then all of a
But it's
sudden it happened.
Delta.
We're like, oh, baby, yeah, baby, it's Delta.
And
Yeah.
people
What can
are
you
working
do?
out on Bondi Beach. Splashing all over.
Oh yeah, a bit of that. Honestly, that first 2 weeks where we could exercise with 10 people,
Oh wow.
it just seems ridiculous now. But yeah, we could legally exercise with 10 people, and I live
God.
across
I
the road
can't
from a
exercise
park.
with
To us
one
Barbarians.
person, being myself.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I think I've found out where COVID actually came from in Melbourne. I cleaned my son's apartment today.
Oh God,
Some of the dishes were gruesome.
ground
Gruesome.
zero.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Ah,
it's
what
my
a
son's
good
birthday today.
mum though.
Oh, I do it all the time. I love it. I think I might be.
Oh.
I've gone from OCD hoarding, and Dinah
You are.
knows this. She's seen my post.
You are
oh my
hoarding.
God.
Mm.
To OCD cleaning overnight.
Oh.
Yeah, Bev.
So
Bev gives me
I'm
dogs. She gives me a pair of jeans. She gives me. She offloads her hoarding.
Really?
Wow. It sounds like you're an
I take
enabler.
stuff. No, 1 week at PB's, she had these pants, these jeans that were so tight on her that she could hardly breathe, and she was just struggling even talking. So the next week I found out her right size and bought some jeans in.
No, I'm not even kidding how tight these jeans were. It's like my vulva and my arsehole like tucked in together into one. That was how
Like
tight
a little
it was.
sausage.
That's tight, baby. That's tight.
Yeah.
That's like a flaps pan fried sandwich.
Mm.
I'm
Charlie.
loving this like anatomy lesson. I'm very thrilled to be learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is your anatomy, Charlie?
Pardon?
How is your anatomy?
My anatomy is going well, a bit haggard in lockdown. I don't know, like for the 5th time, I just can't muster any kind of emotion about it. I'm just like, here we go again, kind of thing.
No fucks.
Yeah, I'm just rolling with it.
I was
Trying not to
saving.
get too stressed.
I was saving this.
Oh, nice.
I was saving this, but I popped it tonight. I just went, no
Oh,
fucks.
fuck it.
I'm with you,
Yeah.
Charlie.
That's the way.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, so you're not even
Oh,
watching
cheap.
the balls, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I've got a first question.
No, are you pretending you didn't hear that?
I heard it. I want to keep this interview rolling. Hang on, give me a sec. I'm doing some tech at the moment. Can you see that at all?
Oh,
Oh, who's this?
wow.
Oh,
Who's
That
this
cherub.
winner?
Look at that.
Congratulations on being winner of
Sexy.
Melbourne International Comedy Festival Best Newcomer.
Thank you.
Also, congratulations on that jacket.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah, I was
camo?
quite happy with the look. I had a bit of a
Yeah,
funny
the
story the day before the award ceremony, actually, because
Mm.
I've recently got a puppy during lockdown, and she has this horrible habit of eating her own shit, which puppies do.
Oh,
And the day before the ceremony, she licked my eye and gave me pink eye. And I was like,
no.
holy fucking shit, if I get photographed and I have pink eye, I'm never going to live it down. So I went to the doctor and I got these like emergency steroid eye drops. And I was like, please make it go away. And my boyfriend was like, it's fine. No one's even going to be looking at your face on the day. And then I won the award. And then the Age was like, oh, we're taking a close-up photo of you to print in tomorrow's Age. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. But you can't tell.
Timing.
And the steroids did great by me.
can't see a thing.
Is it your right eye?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so you've
that's
got
why
a
I'm
bit
always
of-
kind of tilting that way. You can't tell.
The fringe
And
is going.
I looked great in the age, so.
Yeah, you
And-
look great.
James says
Nice jacket.
jacket.
I agree, James.
Yeah, thank
Well
you, James.
done,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it was
So
very
your
cool.
career's off to a great head start, isn't it?
Yeah. Although, what can I do with it right now in this year?
Well,
I
you
feel
can
like-
flash it
like
on a
this.
podcast.
Tell everyone
True.
how
That's pretty
fabulous
cool.
you are.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, what a year for all of us. Like we all smashed at the
Yeah.
comedy festival.
Mm.
I had a
Congratulations.
brilliant time.
Who knew?
I know, right?
It was such a nice
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I
like
had to
looking back at
cancel
that, it's
one
like, how
show.
did it happen?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Bev.
just when we were getting on a roll.
And could I ask each of you, what would be your best newcomer award?
That we've
For
got or
That,
to give.
that got to give. Well, I guess. Well, look, seriously, I've really worked out these questions, haven't I? Charlie won best newcomer for comedy.
Best
Lizzy-
pre-comer.
Pre-comer.
Best, like,
late comer.
multiple comer, late comer.
Look, I'm gonna have to say,
Yeah, Bev.
Kirsty Weebeck.
Ah,
She's I don't know how many years she's in, but she's really taken this the slow road. You know what I mean? And she's whenever I've spoken to her and just said, "Oh my God, you should be doing this," she goes, "No, all in good time. When I'm ready, I don't want to go too fast." And she is fully smashing it. And Comedy Festival Roadshow picked her up, which is great to get your stage time, you know, in front of all different kinds of audiences in the outback and wherever. And she did so well.
yeah. Well, Lizzy, you've been doing road
really one to look out for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a couple of road shows. I mean, they weren't that far away from home.
Yeah.
One was in Penrith.
Oh,
So look,
Did
half
they
an
make
hour
you get in
away.
a tour bus just for the local?
No, I
trips?
drove there. And then I did the Newcastle shows, which
the Newcastle
really
ones
fun.
are great because it's a mini festival
In that theater. Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
that beautiful,
it's amazing.
beautiful
I've done that a few
theater.
times now. I love that.
That was really fun. And then
It's
I
like
started to do the
so well the architecturally.
yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah. And then I started to do the Coffs Harbour run, and that's when we had to cancel. Yeah,
right,
we're about to do our 2 shows in Coffs Harbour, and they're like, legally can't really do these. You have to go back to Sydney.
Oh no!
Don't you hate the law?
I know, the stupid law. I kind of wish I'd stayed up in Coffs Harbour and done like quarantine for 2 weeks there. And then I would have been a free agent.
True.
Yeah.
You could be doing the Brisbane Comedy Festival. No.
I know, which I've also had to- I could be at home in Brisbane with my
Yeah,
parents.
Lizzy's from Lizzy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
But,
Lizzy and I actually. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
going to be
what?
known as one of those comedians that did the road show when you were allowed to travel to different states. I mean,
Yeah.
oh gosh, she's from the olden days.
Yeah.
She went over to the Northern Territory when you were allowed to. You know?
Oh, dreaming.
I was the last performer to perform on P&O Australia's ships. The last.
Oh, wow.
Oh, before COVID.
Before COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, and I nearly didn't make it off the ship because I'm classed as crew, but even though I'm a guest entertainer, and because no one's had a pandemic in their lifetime before, the crew office who I go under didn't know what to do. They said, passengers have to get off first, then we'll get to you. But you can't go anywhere unless you've got a flight, blah, blah, blah. We had to turn back. We had to go to Adelaide. We were on our way to Hobart. Anyway, so it's like every day I'm just going down there going, what's happening? And they said, you probably have to stay on the ship. We'll go out to sea for 2 days and then you'll come back and disembark. Anyway, I told the producer that looks after me, and she said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. We'll get you off this ship. So she got me a flight and organised security to help get me off. And so lucky because that ship went out to sea, but didn't port anywhere for 119 days.
Oh,
no one wanted them.
imagine.
No one wanted them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, even though they had no.
So you could have been on that ship.
Oh my God.
For 119 days.
I have that image of the string quartet from the Titanic as they sink his ship. It's all like going under. Just Bev Killick being forced to stay on this ship. No, you do your fucking stand up.
Yeah. Just staring there. Balls
Bev, let's talk about this. What happened?
Oh my God. This was at my first night working for the Comedy Festival this year. And instead of road showing around, we did our comedy commute. So we were going to different suburbs. So this was at, something town hall in the sticks. Anyway, I started my routine and I was about 2 minutes in and I couldn't remember a thing. I couldn't remember the word for pram. So I was going like this, the thing, and just no jokes were coming out. Tried to do some crowd work. Nothing was helping. Then I just went, oh, fuck, my brain's not working very properly. And the audience were just staring at me, trying to help me. And then I realised that something was definitely wrong with my brain. Like I had some kind of seizure or something. I couldn't work it out. And then Dane Simpson and Nazim are like just looking at me from the curtains going, are you all right? I'm going, no. So I just started singing. I could remember my songs, right? Anyway, they still clapped. It was really weird. Got off stage and collapsed.
Standing ovation.
Annie holding me in her arms, and my whole right side just went weird, right? Like it collapsed, my right side. And they called an ambulance and took me to St. Vincent's, and it was 6 hours until I was seen. My husband showed up and demanded until I had a brain scan, and I'd had a stroke. I had a stroke on stage. I actually had a stroke on stage.
That's crazy.
Here you are to tell the story.
Yeah.
What a rock star.
So I had to go from St. Vincent's to the Austin, screaming down the tram tracks.
Wow.
In a stroke unit ambulance. And it was operated on 10 minutes later. They smashed up bits and pieces of clots in my brain from going up through a tube in my groin.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah. Nothing's in my
And
groin.
I could see it.
Like?
I could actually see
Oh,
it.
were you watching it? Oh my
I
gosh.
was watching it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Is that your craziest stage story? Like, you know, does that top it? You probably have.
Charlie, do you have a crazy stage story?
I mean, Bev, I think, takes the cake. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we want to hear yours too.
No, I everything feels so pathetic now by comparison. I'll have to have some like theatrical, like fall into an orchestra pit kind of injury.
Yeah.
That I think.
I'll
work on it.
I'll work
Oh,
on
you
it.
must have
And
something.
I just want to ask ask the audience where if you're watching, give us 3 items. It can be any item. We're just going to try and play with something. It's called improv. And while we wait for that, I'm going to ask some pop quiz questions.
Oh, here we go.
Yay!
Time to shine, Charlie.
All right. If you've got a buzzer, Lizzy, can you test your buzzer, please? What's your buzzer?
Toot toot.
Charlie?
Beep.
Woof, woof.
Oh my God, 10 points to Bev.
Yeah, you've won. Bev wins. Bev wins
Wait,
the night.
no, one sec. I'm gonna get mine.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a cat or your rat. Or
Lizzy,
your rat.
get yours too,
What's
Lizzy.
he gonna get?
Oh, my dog is no. I've got a greyhound. He's too big. I can't just get him like pull it.
Would that be so funny to have?
I know. Look, a big greyhound.
And he's gonna go beep, 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 beep. Oh, here we go.
Oh wow!
Okay,
And here is Mr.
It
Brown.
is.
Mr.
And he's the greyhound.
That's the cutest. Oh, that's my little boy there. There he is.
Gorgeous.
No,
Beautiful.
If you've just
they
caught
are.
on, just caught the SnortCast, we're actually called the Dogcast. The dog
Dog
segment.
cast.
All right, questions. Here we go.
Okay,
You ready?
ready.
Okay. Who released Around the World in 1997?
Toot toot. Toot toot.
Lizzy
Toot
who?
toot. Daft Punk.
Around
Very
the
good.
world,
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
around the world.
All right, next question. Oh no. Okay. What band was originally called Girls Time?
Toot toot.
Lizzy.
God.
This is a stab in the dark. Is it Girls Aloud?
90s.
Oh.
Oh.
Is
Charlie.
it Spice Girls?
No. Bev?
Oh. I'm
Girls
just
Time.
hopeless with 90s. Sorry. Girls.
Answer is Destiny's Child.
Oh my God. What a terrible
Girls
name.
Time. That would have been a different destiny, wouldn't it? They
Yeah,
were
that
called
was not their
Girls'
destiny.
No.
No.
And this is really relevant in the news. Free Britney. How old was
Yeah.
Britney Spears when she released her first album?
Yeah.
Bev?
12. 12?
No.
Beep.
Charlie?
16?
No. Lizzy, can you take it for the win?
I thought it was 14. Was she 14?
No, Charlie was the closest at 17.
Oh.
Okay.
There you
God,
go.
I hope she can get rid of that
Down.
father of hers.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
And Jamie.
Oh
Like,
yeah, she's bad news.
Yeah.
Lizzy,
Brett.
on your Instagram today, you popped on this video of your face. What was happening?
I love that shot. Big red wheel energy. And I was.
Yeah, it's a bit cut off there. But okay, so I went on Adam Liao's cooking show and see the stick blender I've got there. I was making
Yeah.
so much noise with it that I was so, and him and the other chef were having a conversation and I got so embarrassed. I was like, oh, am I making too much noise? But that was me looking back. And then I made this
Right.
classic face, which I seem to do all the time.
Okay.
What's it like to be a meme and a gift?
Yeah, I hope it becomes a meme. I really want to be a meme and a GIF. I'll send it to you guys. You can use it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
used to
start
think it was
using
a-
it just in daily.
I used to think
Yeah.
it was called a mini.
Yeah, I've got a
Meme.
guy at work that calls it a mem, and I'm like, oh
Mem.
no.
I'm a boomer, doll. I have no idea.
We had the audience playing along too. So we had 15, 16, and Roger at 207.
Four,
Oh, Roger.
which is the combined totals of all the answers. So
That's right.
Every quiz ever.
yeah.
And Karen's really classic face.
I think it was.
And
I think it
James
was more like
Ah.
making margaritas. No, I was blitzing stuff.
Charlie, what's your bitch face look like?
My bitch face. I have like a very like when I'm concentrating, looking at my phone sort of thing. And my boyfriend always says to me like, "Why are you like what's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like just literally like doom scrolling Twitter. Like I'm having a nice time. I'm just like
Resting bitch face.
yeah.
I have a driving
Swiping
the car
bitch face.
face. If I really need to get somewhere, I'm like really close and like
With the hunch.
yeah. And my boyfriend's like, "Can you lean back?" No.
I have my vacuuming bitch face when I'm really getting
Oh
into
yeah.
it.
Oh, that's
That's kind of fierce. I'm kind
Yeah.
of into it.
Yeah.
I just want to acknowledge all friends who are watching. We've got Nigeria, Brazil, India.
Hi.
Welcome.
Holy wow. Hello.
Oh.
I love
New York's awake. New York's awake. Welcome. We've got Melbourne, Victoria,
God.
James. We've got the Netherlands. Thanks for joining. India, Cleveland. Thank you. Kenya.
Oh my god, it's the model Nguyen. This is incredible.
It is.
It's what happens on LinkedIn. It's all LinkedIn.
We're so
Yeah.
united
I
by this
love it.
awful plague. I mean, you're going to work hard, plague hard. It's my motto.
A question I want to ask you is, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in lockdown? Lizzy's been in lockdown
Weirdest
for
thing?
4 weeks. Melbourne's been in lockdown for a week. Charlie, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in lockdown?
I saw a woman earlier this week take her mask off at the supermarket to sneeze. I thought that was pretty counterintuitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's like that's the one purpose, love.
Yeah. I
had a
remember
woman
like in the
screaming
beginning.
at me.
What? Who was screaming at you?
We've got this woman. I live in St Kilda near Carlisle Street, and it's a bit of a known. There's this one crossroads where everyone's a little bit loose.
Yeah.
So it's like running the gauntlet just to get across the road. And I'm just standing there minding my business with my chihuahua, having a little puff on a ciggy, and this woman, and I just sort of went like this, like that, and this woman went, "What are you fucking looking at?" And I went, "Oh, shut up. Just shut up."
What's the weirdest thing you've seen, Lizzy?
I don't know if this is the thing that comes to mind. It's like in the beginning, this is last year in the beginning, like the COVID beginning, and people weren't wearing masks or anything, but there were people fashioning their own masks, like making them out of different things. And this lady, which I look back on it now and I'm like, oh, that was actually really smart. She had like a plastic sleeve, you know, what you'd usually put paper in and put into a folder.
Yeah.
She had that plastic sleeve with the holes down the side, and she'd like put string or something into the holes, like threaded it through and then like tied it around her head. And I was like, pretty good. Well, at the time I thought, oh my God, you don't need that. But now I think about it.
And it wasn't even a
that was actually
$200
pretty
fine.
smart. Yeah.
So there you
Free
go.
will.
You know, life hacks. Forgot
Well, plastic sleeve.
Fashion yourself
Yeah.
something.
Would have been very sweaty under there.
Yeah. Well, Lizzy knows I've got a fetish for pimple popping, as I love. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Pimple Popper in the last lockdown. But this lockdown, I've upped it, I think. And Lizzy, you might we'll get into
Well,
it.
are we on the same page?
But I've been watching on YouTube ear cleaning.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
I love that shit.
You watch it on TikTok. It's all over TikTok.
Oh God!
Man,
It's
I'm
so
talking about right now.
I know.
I am so waxy.
We're the same
26
people.
hours.
That's all I'm doing on TikTok is watching people get their earwax removed.
I'm gonna get my.
I had that done because I had a blocked ear and I went to the doctor and I said, "Oh, I've got to get my ear syringed." And honestly, she did the thing, and it's like a little water hose through, and they have a little dish waiting for it to pop out. And it popped out, and I could feel it straight away, and I screamed. I was like, "Yes!"
Oh my God. I'm starting to wonder, did you like clog your ear just to go and have this experience?
No, I didn't. It just happens like I'd say every 5 years or so. I don't know.
Is it like the candle? How does it work? Like,
no, it's like a water little pistol that sort of like, I think they shoot it in at an angle so it goes in and comes out, the water, and it softens the wax. It's not painful or anything. And then it's just like, yeah.
Okay, do you want to see
the other thing? Oh gosh!
Oh no!
Live.
All right. Well, Bev's doing that. No, Bev, you're not going to show us, are you? No, Bev.
oh my
I
God.
think she is. Oh my God!
No, Bev, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, Bev, go to the doctor.
It's all right, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's all right. We had Martin reply to Charlie's eye. The dog licked my eye. You suggest a story. For drug test failure excuse.
Oh, good idea. Olympics is coming up.
Just the type of Tokyo.
I'm with you, Martin.
Yeah.
We've got Tokyo joining us. We've got John from Sydney. Lockdown. Karen says too much verve, Bev.
Yeah, well, or not enough. Who knows? I was saying this. My husband had to run away to the Gold Coast before lockdown, so I've got no one to share it with. And I just thought, I'll share it with you guys.
Oh, beautiful. We've got a question from James. Question from James. Charlie, could you answer first? Where was the greatest place you've performed?
There are some pretty cool venues around. I think like the most exciting nights that I've done would have been at Festival Club at the Forum.
Yeah,
pretty special. Like that theater is just stunning.
Great theater. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't realize until I was there recently that they've got that beautiful like sky effect. That's like you're inside with the stars. It's stunning. Another favorite that I really loved was when I was in Brisbane for the Brisbane Comedy Festival. I spoke at Queer Stories at the Powerhouse, like in the main theatre.
Oh yeah, and, the Powerhouse is beautiful.
Yeah, it's such an incredible venue. Like the way that they've like converted that space into state-of-the-art theatres, and and that was a really nice place as well.
There too.
Beautiful.
We've got a question from Roger. I'll direct this to Lizzy. What's your favourite heckler story?
Oh gosh, I had a good one. I did a gig actually when I was on the road show at Cessnock. I don't know if you know what Cessnock is.
Oyster country.
It's like kind of near the Hunter. It's a little bit rough. Like if you're in Newcastle, you probably pay out on Cessnock. But I had this joke about, leaving it too late to get pregnant, basically, and like focusing on your career and whatever. And I say like, you got to like talking about your age and, you got to go to school. And that's like one of the first things you learn in high school is don't get pregnant. and this guy yelled out, it was the best comment. He's like, "Wrong town, love."
That's great.
It was so good. And like
That's
the
very good.
room erupted. It was like the best joke of the night. I was like,
Don't you hate that?
I know, but I had to. I was laughing for ages, and like everyone was laughing. I was like, that was just too funny. I couldn't come back from that. But he was one of those guys that like kept yelling out during a show. He was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
get that up to
I thought that was a pretty.
times where people go, I've got a joke. They want to tell you their jokes after the show, and it's just like, my God. One time there was so many. I think I just look like a friendly person that gives a shit about everyone. I kind of do. Anyway, one time there was so many people that wanted to talk to me and tell me all their stuff and their jokes. I just went, form an orderly queue, and they did. There was all these.
Oh my gosh!
They were standing in a line, ready to tell me their joke. It was cute. And an RSL. But I have a heckler situation that I ended up putting into my routine. And I was talking about cleaning, and I do this whole song about cleaning and whatever. And I said, that it can make you help you lose weight and stuff like that. I said, does anyone like doing housework? And this guy said, not me. And I said, why not? And he said, because I'm the breadwinner. Wow. And I said, well, darling, I'm here to tell you that us girls are off carbohydrates so you can stick your bread up your fucking ass.
Oh.
So that's now in the routine now.
Do you have Charlie, do you have a heckler story?
Not that I can think of. I think I would just too quickly call it out as a hate crime. So people are just like, oh, can't say anything to that. Poof. Like, that's the energy that I bring to the stage. No, I can't think of any. Yeah.
We've just when I first started, I was at the Sydney Comedy Store a lot. I featured there before I featured in Melbourne. And the Comedy Store, you know it, right? When it was way back in Parramatta Road, it was just like really well known for being somewhere just to go and yell at comedians. This is in the late 80s, early 90s. And to the point where they got T-shirts made up with "Shut the fuck up" written on them, right? Comedy Store, because so funny. The comedian would get the rest of the audience to chant as one, "Shut the fuck up," and then you just get on with it.
Oh my
so if
God.
anyone even dared heckle, they just got annihilated. It was hilarious.
Wow.
I don't know about you guys, but crazy. I feel like since lockdowns and COVID happening, when we do get to have gigs, audiences feel so much more appreciative and like excited to be there. Like the vibe feels really positive and nice.
Yes, it does, Charlie. I'm with you there.
How is the Sydney scene, Lizzy, for stand-up? Because we're having a big blast here in Melbourne.
Oh, as far as rooms go, we lost a couple of really good rooms because of the first lockdown that never came back. Like the Cafe Lounge. I don't know if you ever had. Yeah.
Oh, I went to the Cafe Lounge. That was really good.
So that was my favorite room, but that didn't come back. But yeah, there have been a lot of new rooms that have opened up. But like lots of rooms that are open up for a bit and then disappear. But there have been a lot of rooms.
I did one that's fairly new on last week called Comedy Connections.
At
Comedy
Republic.
Collective. No, it was in Richmond, and it was just run so well. Ivan Aristocrato and I were there, and we were just looking at each other, just like, "How is this so good? Oh my God, it was brilliant!"
And there's a prize, isn't there? The best comedian gets voted, or no?
No, that's a different thing. They do.
That's Survivor.
As well, yeah. Well, it's like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the jungle.
Yeah.
I just want to show the reactions to Bev's. These are comments from Bev's ear before.
Yeah, Karen. Yeah.
I see that.
That's fair enough.
You got to give the fans what they want. I love it.
This is what I need therapy. Sending a bill to Bev.
Sorry about that.
No, thanks, Bev. We're gonna finish up the show. I was gonna play the game, but I don't know if we need to. I feel like you've been awesome. Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think that's cool. Yeah. Before we leave, what's next on the agenda for you, Lizzy? What's the lockdown project, or what are you hoping after lockdown?
Get out of lockdown. Yeah, I think after lockdown, I've got some good dates in Canberra, and my Brisbane Comedy Festival show was postponed, so it's not cancelled.
Oh, that's good.
It's postponed, so that'll happen in October. So I've kind of written off August, definitely, but
maybe
we'll start creeping back
Brisbane
in September.
Comedy Festival in October.
Yeah, I think the Sydney acts.
The ones that couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And Charlie, you were going to do your replay of your show at Comedy Republic. What's the news with that?
Well, yeah, I was meant to be doing my encore show this Thursday, and that won't be happening, which is no good. But thankfully, Comedy Republic, I'm going to be trying to postpone it until August because a lot of the Sydney acts can't come down to Melbourne. There's a couple gaps in the schedule, so like hopefully I can just be slotted in later in the run. But we will see what happens with that. And I'm also meant to be going to Sydney for the Sydney Fringe Comedy, which would be fun. But again, we will see.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
And Bev, what are you up to?
I have just had to say goodbye to $4,500. I was meant to be going to Mount Isa in about 3 days, working in the Mount Isa mines. It's a really good gig, and you do four shows and gone $4,500. So, and that's not even being postponed. Someone else has taken it as of today. Yeah, but I just in the nick of time got a few gigs in the last few weeks. I've been traveling around all over the place. It's been great. But I've got a few acting Guernseys. I'm always doing castings and stuff. I'm in a show on the ABC called The Fires, which I think is coming out late August, which is true stories about the fires that happen on the east coast of Australia. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just going to sell stuff on Marketplace and keep cleaning.
I love that.
Yeah.
Clean everything, Bev. Clean everything.
Yeah. Just not on camera.
Oh my God.
Thanks for joining. And if you're watching the show, thank you so much for joining the show. You can check out the SnortCast podcast. Bev's episode and Lizzy's episode is coming up very soon on Spotify and on Nova. Charlie, we will see you very soon for the next edition. I really want to find out about how comedy has been part of your life. And I just want to thank these Patreon people who give me money to do this show. Thank you. Thank you very much. And, thanks for joining.
Yay. Thanks, Diana. This is so much fun.
Love you.
And we'll see you Tuesday next week. Bye, everyone. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the show. My name is Diana Nguyen, and I am the host and creator of the SnortCast. We've been going live twice a week on the